Welcome back. I have a mail here from Ayabami. Please, if you're sending in a mail, state where you're mailing from. Ayabami says, if ASUP is saying that HND should be upgraded to BSc, then why do we have them as polytechnics and not universities? Even in advanced countries, HND isn't ranked as BSc over there too.
So you want me to answer?
You want to respond to that?
No, the person that sent the message, we're not saying HND should be upgraded. You get the point now? Because if you are talking of dichotomy now, HND is equal to BSc. One, after graduation, they will be sent to 200 level, and they have spent 5 years. It's part of the demand. Look into it. Why must they stop at level 14? And they cannot have a career progression, go beyond 14. And part of the demand, we are not talking of upgrading HND to BSc. Let them be equal. And give us also enabling environment, just like she has mentioned, I don't know whether he or she has referred to advanced country, where polytechnics award degree up to PhD level. You find that in Nigeria, it only ends at HND.
Okay, I thought you had a question for Charles.
Well, the question only is, I want to die because he's a legal man. Because what do you do when you have placed your demands at the doorstep of maybe your employer, government, based on agreement you have reached, and they fail to listen to you? What do you do?
Yes, if you taking this case as a case study,
yeah.
I think what you should embrace more is negotiation. And that's why I keep pointing that when you are preparing for negotiation, you should be ready to shift grounds. And you will understand that when you look at the antecedents of some of these issues, you will see more the reason behind shifting grounds. Some of these issues did not just crop up today. These are issues that has been part and parcel of this system for a long time. So if you want to effect change, you don't think that such change will just come suddenly. You need to introduce a particular process that will engineer a change that will come by way of, at least by in piecemeal, so that the system itself will not react so badly, and the operators of the system will not find it difficult to embrace the change you are bringing. We are comfortable with the demands you have made. Get it very clear.
We being the citizenry?
The citizen, because it is, when you look at it in the long run, it is purely for the interest of the students and the system. And the system is for Nigerian society. So I am saying that the demands you've made, they are not demands that are too extreme. They are not demands that are parochial in nature. They are demands that are integrated in the yearnings and aspirations of Nigerians, and of course Nigerian society. But what we are saying in essence is that we should not introduce this change so much so to disrupt the system, to drag the system to a near state of comatose. That is our fear. Our students have been at home for a long time. And I know that when you ask them, they will sincerely tell you that they want to go back to school. Why don't negotiation continues? So I want to say that, you see, you have made your points. The striking lecturers have made their points. Nigerians have had them. The students have had them. The government have had them. At this point, I have said that we should not look at it from a point of view of a do-or-die affair. We should see it as a course that is continuous. More so that we have gotten to this point. At this point, I want to assure you that Nigerians are looking at you as victors. So at this point, if you look at it and say, because of the interest of these people at home, we don't want them to become miscreants. We don't want them to lose from what we have imbibed in them already before the strike. That because of them, we are calling off the strike. While we continue to engage government on these issues to ensure that at the end of the day, we get our demand pressed home. Okay. So these are issues.
So the issues, one, you have addressed it, and exactly is the same position we are taking. When we say we want commitment from the government, does not mean negotiation have ended. Negotiation continue. But this commitment is what government is not ready to sit down and give. Because if you give commitment, does not mean negotiation have ended. We are ready. Once they give us commitment, we call off the strike and negotiation continue. This we did last year, but unfortunately, they did not come. Just like the public too, where we sympathize with the public, but at the same time, this is a cause for also the public too. So, but we suspended the strike and the government stopped and they did not do anything because we don't have anything to hold on to. Why do you go on strike in the first instance if there is no negotiation? If we are talking, we can't say we'll go on strike, but they have refused to talk.
So what you are simply telling Nigerians is that assuming the government does not change their position, you will not also change your position, not minding what will happen to the students.
No, I've told you now. Let's look at
is that what you're saying?
Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I said. What are you saying? He's a lawyer now. He's trying to put words into my mouth.
No, it's a very simple situation.
Put words into my mouth.
It's a very simple situation. I am saying, assuming government does not change their position. So government, these people you have asked for so much, we're not going to change their position.
No.
And then you will say, oh, government, you are not going to listen to us. We are going home. So students, stay at home.
So am I talking as Arowolo? I'm talking on behalf of ASUP.
No, I'm putting it to you. You are here.
So that's exactly what I'm telling you. Once you go for negotiation, yes, whether good or bad, you have to report back to your neck. And it is from there that the neck is going to take decision. And just like I told you, I spoke with my president, who is at Abuja. There's a meeting tomorrow that have been convened by the National Assembly. It's only for, just like all these allegations.
Before this meeting was fixed for tomorrow,
yes,
there was consultations.
Before, and the minister did not show up.
There was consultations in-house.
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 Yes. In your house, in-house, in the house of the striking lecturer, there was consultation.
Yes.
So it means that your camp, you already know your demands there.
Yes.
Is it not so?
Yes.
And you also know what will happen, assuming your demand was not met, assuming the government does not
yes.
give.
Let me just tell you, exactly 2 weeks ago we met.
No.
The same question, just like we met. And what's the situation? We're asking for the update of the strike. I'm in Lagos now, the president is in Abuja. We asked questions. All of us converged. Last week we were at Nasarawa Lafia. And the only reason why we've not gotten a commitment is that the minister was not around. And the problem that the meeting...
We have gone past that, the issue of commitment.
Yes.
I am saying assuming the government is not ready to put up commitment.
Well, then
what will be your position?
Then the government...
Will your position be that, oh, government has not produced commitment, enough commitment to compel us to call off a strike?
Yeah.
Then we're not going to call off the strike.
Well, then the strike we have embarked upon earlier, that means it doesn't make sense. Then we shouldn't have had any business.
No, you will not answer the question. We are not testing the efficacy of your strike.
Yeah.
We are not testing the rationale behind it. Yeah. We are not testing the level of your success.
Yes. It's not this. Nobody is talking about winning or losing. It's not a matter of winning or losing. It's not a matter of winning or losing.
That is the position. This is the position the both parties has entered. Both parties are beginning to see themselves in a position where they are pursuing victory at the end, at the expense of the students at home. So I'm asking you, assuming we are not conceding that government say, hey, we're not going to listen to you, your demands so much, what would be your position vis-a-vis the need to call up a strike?
No, if government said they don't want to listen to us,
yes,
then there's nothing we can do.
We will go at home.
No, we have to go back and report to the constituency. This is the position, and the decision will be taken. But as a person, it's not fair. It won't be fair if government can't behave.
No, as I assume that we are not proceeding. I am not saying that government. I'm not saying that government will be so cruel. I'm not saying that government will be so irresponsive.
Because that's what it means.
To refuse to take a position or to refuse to give listening ears to these issues, which I consider to be salient.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. But I am saying, I want to test the mindset with which you are going to this negotiation tomorrow. That's actually what I'm testing. Because I want to see you from the point of view of being ready to put yourself in a position where you can facilitate amicable resolution of the matter so as to call off the strike. That's the mindset I want to see from you.
Yes, our mindset has always been.
Because like I told you from the beginning of this show, I have told you that my grounds, where I am focused on is the interest of the students. And I know that you are pursuing a long-term into the interest of the students. Yeah. But I am looking at the short-term interest of the students. And we are saying that rather than hinging on the need to press government to meet up these demands at once, or to box government to a corner with this instrumentality of strike.
Again, it's not, because if you say you are boxing somebody into a corner, you are not giving the person option. We are not trying to do that.
So what's the option there?
No, we are not, because if, like the word you have said, if you don't implement, implementation cannot be immediate. Willingness to implement, and commitment. That's exactly what we are saying the government should do.
So how would you know that they're willing? What are the signs you will see to know that government?
One, okay. Let me give you an instance now. The agreement we reached 2009 was in black and white, and they are itemized. And you can now see, okay, these things, some of them have been met. I'm referring to 2009.
Some of them
have not been met. Now, if you have this type of agreement now, if you are saying renegotiation, what are we renegotiating on this issue? That means you want to look at those items in the past that you have agreed you want to. Which one have been met, which one have not been met. But of course, we can now hold the government based on this. When it was making reference to salaries and wages, there's a document that shows how it should be implemented and when it should be implemented.
Okay,
the time frame.
Some of these demands have been met.
These are no demand. I'm only making a reference.
When we are going to that meeting negotiation table tomorrow, are you going to be reviewing what had been met, or you have fresh demand?
No, there's no fresh demand. There's no fresh. Tomorrow, just like I've told you earlier, tomorrow is to see that our government is responsible government. And what makes them responsible? All these items we have listed. Even you can't have everything on. Okay, this is what I can do. This is what I cannot do. Those ones you say you can do. When do you want to implement? Put it in black and white.
So, in other words, what you are saying is that those ones that the government can do, you can also shift grounds. You have come to the... No, exactly. What it means is that government can actually select.
No, if they select, on what basis are you going to select? It's based on, like, the issue of funding now. If you say you don't have money, but I'm going to pay you, I know I'm owing you, but I don't have money. We cannot say compulsorily you must pay. I'm just giving you an instance now. You are owing me money, and I want to collect money from you. But you have not denied that you are owing me money. But what you are saying, I don't have money now, I'll pay you later. Will I now slice your throat to get the money?
Another issue I want to draw your attention to is this issue of the commission and amendment of the Act. And you know that it is not the executive that makes law. You know that very well. And you know that in this country, as a private individual, you can even sponsor a bill.
Yeah.
Even as an organization, you can sponsor a bill.
Yeah.
And if you sponsor a bill, the whole process of bill, amendment of legislations, empowering commission and all of that is not within the purview of the executive.
Yeah.
So don't you think that these your demands are modeled off, kind of, and channeled to one particular sport?
No, the demands are not channeled to one sport. And I'll give you an illustration. It's not like if just like we're having face-off with the federal government, as you put it now. The legislative, even if it's not issue that concern them, they can come into it and wade into it. That's why they're there. Just the same way too, that yes, the bill, we're talking of amendment of Polytechnic Act, we have it at the National Assembly, which we have sponsored. At the beginning of the inauguration of this present National Assembly. The former one, we had to, it died for over 8 years. Nothing was done. So if we are raising it as an issue now, federal government can intervene on our behalf as well.
All right.
And push legislators to
push. You see, you are saying push.
No.
Gentlemen, we are out of time. So in 5 seconds, your positions, your closing statements in 5 seconds, please.
Yes, very well. Like I've said before, the focal point should be the interest of the students. They've stayed at home for a long time, for over 10 months now. So I think the both parties should pedal, downplay their interest, kind of shift grounds, geared towards ensuring that the problem is resolved amicably as soon as possible.
All right.
Well, we just want to appeal to the public because the interest of the public that we are on strike in the first instance for the improvement of our education sector. So we just want the public again and the media to help us tell the government to be responsible to their responsibility.
Thank you, Mr. Olatunde Arewolo, Chairman ASUP Laspotech. Thank you for coming. Charles Echefu, Legal Practitioner and Consent Citizen, thank you for coming. For those of you that allowed us to be a part of your evening, we want to thank you so much for sending your tweets and comments. I'd like to say this, that ASUP strike has been on for over 10 months. We appeal to the student and especially to the government and the authorities that be to please do something real quick that the students return to school and graduate as they should, and then possibly employers of labor and indeed all those that need are concerned, please, let's cut down on the discrimination between BSc and HND. Thank you so much and have yourself a good night. I'm Nel Taigwe.